you don't remember.
Hello guys, and welcome back to another video, and today I am going to be showing you how to use Lunar Client Replay Mod. Now, keep in mind, this is not a perfect tutorial. It won't just be like, oh, you're gonna instantly be a god at making montages. This kind of stuff takes time, and it's not gonna come easy. And if you have any confusion, just ask me in the comments. Now, before this video starts, I just want to say, please subscribe. Getting videos out this fast and with this level of quality does take some work, despite how it may seem, and it really does me a nice thing if you subscribe. Of course, if you don't want to subscribe, just don't subscribe, but you might be missing out. You never know. Alright guys, so the first step into using your Lunar Client Replay Mod is to right shift, obviously go in the Lunar Client UI settings, and then it says Replay Mod here. You can go to new, or you can search it up and click options. So you can have a recording indicator which shows at the top left and it says recording to tell you that you're recording, right? But I'm not going to use that since there's another way to tell. You can also turn on and off Lunar UI. I'm probably going to turn it off since it just, I don't know, it looks a little weird, but you know, I might turn it on later. And then notifications, I'm going to keep that on. You should probably keep that on as well. So this is where your recordings will save. This is where the cache file is, and then this is the when you render it. So basically, if someone sent you a replay, you'd put it in this file. Actually no, you'd put it in this file, replay recording, sorry. Cache is just for other things, and then replay videos is after you render it. Alright, now, so stop and start is P. So you set that key to whatever you want, and then O. So that's how you start. Stop and start. So you can turn these on if you want to automatically like record things no matter what, and show chat in the replay, which I don't want. And so I'm gonna turn on record server, and then that's the first step into doing this. Alright, next I'm gonna go to Hypixel. Make sure this is checked or else you won't be able to record. Now what you can do is when you log on, if you want to get like, see how it says start recording, so that's how you start, or you could press P or whatever you chose your key as. Alright, now I'm gonna go into here, and so I can either press P or do this, and I don't have the indicator on, but here, I'm gonna start recording. See, it says replay mod recording started at the bottom right. Alright, mate, let's fight. I'm gonna destroy this guy. Now that I've finished, I'm gonna stop the recording, disconnect, and see how it says saving replay file? That's the one you just recorded. You might want to name it Classic Dual Test, and then you click done. Alright, now that you've done that, you go to the main menu and click on this little icon. It's called Replay Viewer. Alright, you see this? It says Classic Dual Test. I'm gonna delete this one. That's how you delete one. Alright, so you can double click or click load, and then you're automatically set into the world of Replay Mod. Okay, so when you enter the world of Replay Mod, you're probably going to want to know a few things. How do I click? I can't click anything, right? You press T, and here comes your mouse. Want to go back into the world? Press escape. So again, T, and you can click anything. Escape, and you go back in, and you can't click anything, but you can move around with W, A, S, and D. Now, if you press T here, you can see all the essential things, and you can change up the keys to whatever you want and how to use it. For example, P plays the clip. If I press P again, it pauses it. L tilts it right, J tilts it left, K resets the tilt, so on and so forth. Alright, next on our list, you're probably wondering, well, in Replay Mod, we want shaders, right? Well, how we do that is we go into Options, Video Settings, Shaders, right? And I'm not here to show you how to get a shader. Just look up a tutorial. There's so many. But see how I have my shaders list? All I have to do is click on one of them, maybe set some options for it, and then that's it. When you render the clip, the shader will be there. Here comes our next step. Alright, so here the top bar represents the clip. So if I were to press P, which is play, it plays the clip. When I press P, it pauses. When I press T, it shows the mouse. And when I press escape, the mouse goes away and I'm back here, right? Oh god. Corona. Alright, and then press K to reset it if you don't like do that. Okay. So now we're in the world replay. We move around. W, we move around. Okay. So, as I said, the top bar represents what's happening. And then this bottom bar is going to represent your clip. The clip you will make. And so what these are is these are keyframes. So this, when you check this, that's saving the position you're in. And then this is saving the time you're in. So, let's say I want a clip of going around me. So what I'm gonna do, and one pro tip for replays, always turn your FOV to 30 to 45 when doing like outside replays. And when you go in someone by pressing B, you can go into them. I recommend doing like 70. Even if that's not the FOV you use, it looks much better, I promise. And so when you press B, you can also change who's visible. So like this random guy. Yeah, and then you can hide all, show all, so that's how it works. Alright, so I want to get a nice around me clip while I'm moving. So what I would do is I'd go here, I'm going to turn my FOV down to maybe 45. And then I'm going to, this is the first spot I want to look at, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save position, and I'm going to save time. That saves it, right? And let's say I want to move this way a little bit. And then get this angle, and maybe add a little bit of tilt this way, right? So by pressing L, I'm tilting that way. So if you want this to be in slow motion, if you want this to be in normal motion, just save position and time right here, and that'll be in normal motion. And also you can zoom in, so it's better. So if you just want a 14-second clip, this is much better to do. Now, I want to make this slow motion. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of take an estimate here of how far we are, and you might be able to use the speed to figure it out, but I haven't really figured that out yet, so sorry. Is I'm gonna move this, so if I were to move this an equal distance that way, that's 2 times slower, but I want to do about 3 times slower. So I'm gonna save here, and then I'm gonna position and time, and now if I want to play it back, I move this back, and then I do that. That's what it looks like. So if I go back here, see how it's facing the ground? That's a weird glitch, and you don't like that, right? So press T when that's happening. But see how I go right through the character? I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, and see how they're red? I'm going to unselect them, and I'm going to go like this. That way, it curves around, okay? So now if I play this back, whoopsies, it's doing the thing where it's better, but it's still, like, you need to play around with this. You can't be like, oh, I'm fine with this. Come on. You want it to look good, right? So do this. So now I'm going to move it here, and I'm going to try that. So you got to play with it. You got to get used to it. Whoops. Every time. Okay. See, I kind of like that. Now what I want to do is I want to start to circle this way. And then get more of an angle of me rotting. So now see here, I want to make it 3 times slower. So 1, 2. And so now, if I play it from the start again. But see how I went fast here? That tells you want to go back and make it smoother. So maybe a little bit further that way, and then go. Whoopsies, that's not what I meant to do. And so in a normal day, I would keep editing this. I wouldn't be fine with this, but since I'm just doing a tutorial, I'm here to just play or show you guys how to do it. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Alright, wait, whoopsies, that's not what I meant to do. I'm gonna assume I'm like right here. I messed up. So you see how I'm just doing this? Now, you want to avoid making really odd movements. So, like, instead of just going and then turning around and going here, what I would do is I would just save this as its own replay. Now, you're... Okay, so what I'm going to do is, since I personally think this is fine, I'm just going to add one more little thing. And then I'm going to save that. And then what I could do is I press render camera path. Now, you can mess with these settings. Keep default rendering. That's all you need for most of it. And then you can do MP4. Default quality is pretty good. I use custom bitrate, and I set this to 100. But this is really high quality. If anything, set it to 50. Honestly, I just want to do 100. So output file, I'm going to rename this to replay test. And see how it's saving it the folder we set it before. So if you want to render names tags, turn this on, but I don't really want to do that. I'm going to keep this as 120 FPS, and then I'll change this to 1080, 1920 by 1080, because that's your default resolution. But before I render, I'm going to change one thing. Now that I have my shader on, I can render. So I have all my settings ready, and I click render. Now, you can show preview, but I don't really see the point. You can see it in the end anyways, right? So does it really matter? No. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait for it to render. You can always pause or cancel it if you want to do something, but we're good for now. Alright, see how it's finished? You can upload it to YouTube, but personally, I want to open the folder, right? Alright, so now I'm going to show you the folder. Here is the folder. Alright, so we've got replay test, right? I'm going to open it up. Whoa! Isn't that cool? You've got your replay. Now, if you ever want to render without, your, like, if you have cosmetics, just disable them before you record your replay, as that might be annoying. See how fast my wings are flapping? But there, you've got your first replay down. Alright. Alright, now I'm going to clear it. I'm going to reset. And I want to get a POV. I want to see me fight this dude. This is going to be epic. Alright, so once I want it to start, I'm going to go here. I'm going to press B. I'm going to click on me. And now I'm inside me. Whoa. And then I'm going to change my FOV to about normal. I think that's pretty good. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the place I want to start. And I'm going to keyframe both of these. And see how it's blue? That means you're in yourself. Alright, now I'm just going to let the entire clip play out, since it doesn't really, I don't really need to adjust the way it looks. My aim is very good. And then now that I'm done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to press this and this, and that'll make it normal speed. Now, if you wanted it in slow motion, you're going to have to do what I did before. Probably have to zoom out. And one thing to note is it's not exactly perfect. And also, if you want to get a cool, like, angle like this, you can also do it in F5 and keyframe it like that, and it'll render. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to rename it. Replay POV, save, render. Now see, it's saving me. I'm gonna let it render out now. Alright, so it's finished rendering. So I can open the folder. And here's the POV. Isn't this just splendid? It's working all as planned. And it looks great. So that's how you make replays on Lunar client. It's pretty basic. You can drop it in the editing software. And drop any questions you have in the comments below, as I will definitely be sure to answer them. Hopefully, I told you everything.
What you want me to say? That I'm caught in the days, that I'm stuck in autopilot, but ain't flying away.